The beginning of my career, there was an enormous amount of nihilism with regard to stroke, the attitude that, well, there's really not anything we can do for stroke, because quite frankly, there wasn't a lot we could do for stroke.
When we look at the number of patients that are affected by an intracerebral hemorrhage, we're talking about over 100,000 patients a year. Early mortality, depending on the series that we look, is 30 to 50%.
As an emergency physician, it just bothered me that we would have patients come in and I had no tools really to treat them.
We had reached a point where we understood why previous trials had failed to demonstrate a benefit for surgery. When we were able to develop a less invasive operative technique and we tried it in a group of patients, we were thrilled to see that those patients did better than historical controls and felt that it was time to do a randomized trial to actually prove that that was the case.
BrainPath and the MIPS procedure, the parafascicular surgery procedure, to be a class 1 recommendation, we needed to put it through the scrutiny of a multi-center randomized control trial.
We pushed the envelope as far as we could with ENRICH, moving to this 24-hour paradigm.
Neurosurgeons have been trying to take out clots in the brain for a long time, and I think there's a lot of variability across the board, and having a standardized approach that can be translatable and taught, I think will only improve outcomes.
We have 37 centers contributing patients in the ENRICH trial, and people can learn this and they can learn it and master it pretty effectively quickly.
The MIPS procedure varies in that it takes the most white matter sparing trajectory to get to the hematoma, which is not necessarily the shortest distance.
You have the minimally invasive transfocal parafascicular surgery, but it has to be partnered with the modern technology that was used in the trial.
We also used the Myriad device, which is sometimes these hematomas can be not as liquefied as you'd like them to be, so having a device that's able to sort of break up the clot as you're sucking out that blood clot can be really beneficial.
And more recently, the device had a built-in light, and that was, I think, really what kind of was game-changing for us.
I'm excited about the first positive trial for intracranial hemorrhage in the world ever.
Treating these patients with an evacuation is going to result in less adverse events, less complications, shorter length of stay. Not only are we talking about a potential for survival, but also a potential for recovery.
Part of our duty and part of our job is to now spread the word that we have evidence that the treatment of this particular disease has changed.
I think that this trial has given us the backbone of demonstrating benefit for intervening and develop further care protocols with the whole team to make sure that we get the right patients to us that we can benefit in a timely fashion with the right tools.
Now we've turned the anecdote into data, and actual data performed in a rigorous way. It's an opportunity to take care of somebody we've not been able to care for before.